Hello and good morning. Right then, I am joined by Julia. Julia, nice to be working with you again.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's nice to be in person this time. Last time we worked, it was over Skype.
Indeed. So just in case anybody hasn't met you before, do you want to tell us a bit about your company?
Yeah, it's fairly new. I set up in, I think it was July 2019. I was here for the first time February 2020. And yeah, so I was encouraged to share some artwork on social media, which I did. And then people were asking, can we have them available as crafters? So I started and did downloadable digital images. And then somebody made a phone call to the craft store.
Right.
And said, you should check out this girl. So I had a meeting with the buyer and we chatted away and arranged a show. And then I got off the phone and thought, right, where do I get papers and stamps made then?
Right.
Hit the internet and yeah, here we are.
Amazing, lovely stuff. All right then. So we're going to start off with our beautiful girls. They're called Buttoned Beauties. Do you want to talk us through these designs then, Julia?
Yes, so these are very glamorous girls, like fashionistas, like yourself.
Oh, bless you.
Their trademark is a big button and yours is a belt.
Right, yes.
Isn't it? Yeah, so that's their trademark. So you can just imagine them walking down the catwalk. So yeah, they're all very dressed up, and then they've got the little accessories. So we've got handbags, we've got shoes, we've got lipstick, hats, everything that a girl needs.
Amazing. So let's have a little look. I've got, well, first off, let's turn one of the stamps around just so you can see the designs. There you go. Ooh, hang on a sec. There you go. Because they are bigger than the packaging, aren't they?
They are, yes.
Nice.
Yes.
And then I have got some boards that you've done for us, so we can take a look at these lovely
You
ladies.
can sort of
yes, there
see
we go.
them in their real size a bit better that way then, can't
Do they
we?
have names?
They do. They're written on the back.
So this
is Bailey, I think.
Ah, yes, Bailey. So we can see her lovely open space for colouring.
Yeah, and
This next
that's
one
Bonnie,
is
it?
yeah, Bonnie. Be your own kind of beautiful. How nice. And then we've got Sparkle, Shine and Smile on there.
Bethy.
And then you can see those signature buttons.
Yeah, they're there somewhere. Somewhere in the outfit there's a little button.
Nice. And that one is Bryony. Now, can I just say the artwork we've got going on here is absolutely stunning.
That's incredible. So that's Tracy that's done that. She's fantastic. She does alcohol markers and then gel over it, and she always does little extra swirly doodles. So there's room to make it your own. So if you're not into colouring, there's big open spaces. You can paper piece, ink blend, and if you are into colouring, there's plenty of room for you to like take it in your personal direction.
That's beautiful. Who's done that? So that was Tracy's.
This one's Dawn, I think.
Lovely. How many people have you got on your design team?
It's about 10 altogether.
Oh,
so different ones do different launches. So there's a
whoops. Sorry. Look at this one.
That's our Jan.
Wow. Oh, yes, I'm hearing that Derek really liked this one. I really like this one.
So again, that's sort of mixing the papers in and...
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Bear with me. And then we've got these here. There's so many fabulous samples. Jenny's done this one, yeah.
And then, I think we've got Shona as well. And
somewhere I've got to find one.
Rianne's samples haven't arrived. They've got lost by the Royal Mail. I have messaged her and asked her to email in. So please, Rianne, email in.
Oh, so sorry that we couldn't find
It's not
them.
your fault. I think it's they've got lost in the post.
Oh, look, because you've...
That's amazing. That's one of the little stamps. And then it's like they've been coloured in between in black to make it look like a backing paper.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
It's amazing, isn't it?
That is. Oh, look at this. Just tiny little note, look.
Yeah.
Oh, cute as a button. Gorgeous. And then let's do one more for now. And as always, I'll show you more as we go through.
I love that with the sewing pattern. Sewing pattern. And again, it's just, they've got that sort of feel, haven't they, with that, the buttons that are the handmade vibe.
Amazing. Right then, we are over 40% of the stock gone. If you want to catch the earlier show, it was 7 o'clock. You can catch it on Rewind. £38.96, £5 saving. You can get them individually if you want. 006462 is your item number. Then, moving along, we've got some stencils, again, to create those beautiful backgrounds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is about crafters. We all seem to like circles and dots. I mean, I tend to buy every stencil that is out there with circles on it. But so I've picked all of these ones because we've got the theme, obviously the girls have got the buttons, so I was kind of thinking having that little dotty element just sort of worked really well with this particular collection.
Absolutely, and they're embossed also.
Yeah, so they're made from 350 micron mylar, so they're really quite thick, which means that if you pop them through your embossing machine, you will get that effect. Also, because they're that little bit thicker, I like to do a lot of mixed media, so you put your texture pastes and things through it and you get a really good profile to it, and it doesn't squidge under the stencil either, so very versatile.
Nice. And then we've got this one, you can see if I just tilt that, lovely, with the hexagons. And there's this one here with I like the flowers.
Yeah, so they've all got that little dotty element somewhere in them.
Nice.
And then obviously the big circles.
Yes.
That's kind of obvious, that one.
Okay, now these ones are approaching half the stock gone, and once they're gone, they're gone. 1999 970 164 is the item number. And then we've got the paper bundle. Now, you're getting 3 packs, 3 different ones.
There's 3 different packs. So each of these have come as individuals on their own before. They're normally $11.99 each, but we've put all 3 together. So effectively, you're getting 1 paper pack free.
Ah, lovely. 3 for the price of 2. So each pack contains 25 sheets, and then you've got 5 designs, 5 of each. They're so colourful. They're quite quirky as well, aren't they?
They are, yeah. And considering it's like 3 different packs, they all, as you see as you go through them, they all work together really well. Yeah, I like colour.
Good stuff.
So
there, look at those.
And the quality's amazing. I learned from Paula, apparently, that one of the hardest papers to produce is yellow or orange.
Oh.
And you can tell the quality of a paper by how good the yellows and oranges are.
Ah.
If you have a look at those as you go through, like they're amazing.
Fabulous designs, absolutely fabulous. Look at these, beautiful. Right then, so there's, we're approaching half the stock gone on the papers. You've got a £9 saving, very good, £23.97. So effectively 3 for the price of 2. Item number is 179451. Now, we have got some happy hours. If you missed out on the 7 o'clock show, one of them did sell out, but we've managed to bring them back for you. So what have we got here with these designs?
These are stamplementals. So when I craft, even if I'm making a very quick make and I've pulled out a pre-made topper, I still have to make it my own. So I still end up having to get, I like a bit of a background stamp, I like a floral element, and I like a sentiment. But I found I was rummaging through all my sentiment stamps, then rummaging through all my florals, then that took a long time. So I thought, could I have it all on one plate? And then I was describing the concept to my husband, and he came up with the name Stamplementals. So it's kind of like the fundamentals of stamping. And the Stamplementals too, that's my granny's handwriting. I just like sticking that in there, because even when it comes to like doing script things, I don't like to use stock images. So that's taken from a letter that my granny wrote me.
Oh, that's so adorable. Lovely stuff. Here are some samples from this set. Let's look at this one. So enjoy the little things. Very nice. So is it very much a family-run business then?
It's just me. It's literally just me. Yes, I'll be going home after like a 9-hour train journey tomorrow, and then packing. But yeah, the creativity's definitely been within the family. You know, from my great grandmother who used to make teddies, and you know, all my grandparents did something creative. All my parents are creative. Yeah, so we've all got our own outlets.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nice. You've got a big saving on this then for your happy. Now it's only up until the end of the hour. It's £10.98 for the 2. Item number is 834117. And then the second happy hour that we've got, do you want to talk us through these designs?
Yeah, so these are lots of like quirky florals, but with a sort of slant towards crafters. So again, we've got the buttoned flower, which goes with our button beauties. We've got flowers made out of zips and cotton reels. We've got flowers made out of pens. We've got a needle, we've got a sewing bee. I love that sewing bee. I think that's my favourite bee I've ever drawn. A little tape measure on it.
That's cool.
And then we've got paintbrush flowers and splatters. So it's just a little bit quirky. They're still identifiable as flowers and as florals, but there's just that sort of slight difference to them.
Nice. Very busy for this. We are 3/4 of the stock gone already. And then again, you can see beautiful designs here. I don't know who's done this one.
That's Louise Sims. So she's stamped over her jelly prints. So some of her jelly prints she's done, she's then stamped over and then fussy cut them out.
Amazing. Look at this one. That is just fabulous. Look at all of that built up. And next, yeah, they are stunning samples.
So again, once they're gone, they're gone. And if you were to buy them on my website, they're £10.99 each.
There you go, and you've got it at £16.97. Item number is 008135. We are over 80% of the stock gone. Very, very busy. These are flying out the door. Okay, let's have a look at the website at thecraftstore.com, where you can see everything that we've got that's available, the papers, the stencils, and of course our main focal point, which are the stamps. As I said, you can get them as a bundle or you can go for them individually. I don't know, have I got a favourite? I'm not sure. Too difficult to choose. Yeah.
And then I see how somebody else has coloured a different one and I'm like, no, that one's my favourite.
I like Bailey a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently that one is the favourite individually anyway. I love her hat.
She's got the big belt. Bailey's got the big belt like you, hasn't she?
Yeah. Where's she gone? Where's she gone? Hang on. Yeah, I really like Bailey. Okay. All right, the last happy hour that we saw, that is now limited. That is going to go very, very quickly. Any minute. You need to be really quick checking out your baskets.
That's my demos, I'll be contemplating how to tweak those now.
Oh, it's gone. Technically sold out, which means that all of the stock is in baskets. We'll let you know if any bounce back. Over to you then, Julia.
Okay, no worries. So just a very quick demo to start off with. I'm just going to stamp this out just to show how easy this is to colour, well, to stamp, because you need to see how well it stamps, don't you? So I've got my VersaFine Clear because I'm going to do some watercolouring. I've got my Be Crafty Slims. These are the best things in the world. I love these. And then just take your time.
Yeah,
quite often when we're not stamping or it doesn't go right, it's just because we've rushed the process a little bit. The ink's on the stamp, we want it on the paper. Just give it time to do its thing.
Okay.
And a bit of even pressure. I'll just lift that. Isn't she gorgeous?
She is so gorgeous.
She's stunning. Right, I have been playing last night in my hotel room.
You like Sakura pens.
I thought you might like this. Yeah. So this is not normally my colouring medium of choice. I normally go from alcohol markers, but I've come down here with very limited supplies.
Yes.
And I was bored because I can't cope with this heat. You know, so like I did try a couple of times yesterday to go out for a walk. And I didn't get very far because I felt like I needed to die after about 2 minutes. So I came back and I was like, what can I do? So I actually started colouring a full image in using these pens, which you wouldn't automatically think of these for skin tones. So, and it's really cool because you can get that sort of like washed out look.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my jeans because I've not taken my rag out. I'm doing a VT later as well, so I'm going to have mucky jeans. Right, but look at the skin tone that that's managed to create. And I wouldn't have thought about that, but I was just sort of like, oh, I need to create a skin tone. So we can do that. And then the other thing that's quite cool with these pens, let me see, what colours did I bring with me? This is the thing when you bring limited supplies. I'll go for yellow. Should we give her bright yellow here?
Why not?
Why not? But we can tone it down.
Okay.
So, and this is mixed media. You know, there's a lot of buzz about mixed media. It's basically, if you've got two mediums that you've put together, you've created a mixed media project.
So how did you get into crafting? What got you into it?
Just done it forever. Like, I honestly can't remember. Just always, whether it's been colouring it in, or we once made an entire an entire village in my nan, because my nan was disabled.
Yeah.
And we used to go over there every Saturday and craft with her, because basically she couldn't really, we always had to do something with her that was in the house. And we made an entire village out of boxes and margarine tubs and all sorts. It took up an entire spare room. So we've got that, and then you could kind of then come in, and because it's a fine liner, we can then sort of flick and create here. So I don't have a completed one because But that was me. I did that all with my Sakura.
Ah,
I'm really
amazing.
impressed with that.
Yeah.
It's like, I
That's
didn't,
cool.
because I wouldn't normally have done that. So I'll let you have a look at some samples
Sure,
if that's okay,
of
and then
course it
I'll
is.
get the next one ready.
Nice. Because I've got more samples here. Oh, have I? Yeah. Now, we are over half of the stock of the collection gone. Oh, let me flip this back round. Hang on a sec, then you can see. I love what you do, same as Charmaine, well, a lot of guests really, is you pop the inspiration on the packaging. So you've got something to, sometimes you can go, I don't know what colours to use, and I'm not sure.
It was really important to me that, and I know for myself, like when I go into craft, I spend a lot of money on craft, you know, that I'm always more drawn to the ones that have got the inspiration there, but I literally spend hours, and it takes me probably about 4 hours or something to colour one of those girls.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's like, it does take me, it's a labour of love, but yeah, I think it works.
Oh, it definitely does. Look at that. They're so beautiful. Nice. Okay, let's have a look. So this is using, you know, some of the what I call worker stamps that are in there.
At the back that Sue's done.
Whoa, I'm going to go grab
yeah,
one.
because it's like, I think that just really shows that don't dismiss the small stamps in your stash.
Look at this
because it's amazing what you can do with it.
That's incredible.
It's fabulous, isn't it?
So good. Okay, I've got to trot back now, sorry. There we go. Stay. And then we've got this lovely, wow, she's been coloured fantastically.
Yeah.
Shona's done this one.
Yeah, and doesn't it look fabulous against the black?
Yes, very dramatic.
That is so good.
Really cool. This one's been done by Tracy. Wow. Oh, and can we find the samples as well on social?
Yes, and with Rianne's that have gone missing as well, because she's done some amazing things. She's done some soft craft. So my Facebook group is JMC Crazy Craft Hive, because I have a thing about bumblebees, so that's why. That's why we have that one. Yeah. But yeah, so pop in there, and there's loads of inspiration, and share what you make too, because that's our favourite part.
Yes,
seeing what you guys do with it.
Nice. Oh, and we have had the email from you.
Oh, we have. Yeah. Oh, I'm so pleased, Rianne, because she's like, I'm not sure about the technology, but I was like, please.
We're just working on it, and then as soon as we've grabbed the pictures, we can go for it.
Thank you so much.
£38.96 then is the price. And you've got a £5 saving. Item number is 006462. So should we come back to you? You ready? We
can. This is one I'm tweaking. So when I get to the next stage, I'm going to have to apologise. But we have buttons in the main thing. So there's a workaround. So I'm just going to grab some buttons. This is not how you stamp. Take your ink to the stamp. Don't do it this way, because you're liable to smudge. But needs must. And I'm just going to stamp a load of buttons down the page, and then I'm going to grab a pen. See, this is me and I'm just going to draw some circles just to soften it a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my Echo Lines, or we could use the Sakura. They're my new favourite thing. I'm just going to sit and spend about 4 hours colouring with them between shows. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm planning on sleeping. Okay, so I like to sort of put it on half and then blend it out. And if I don't particularly like how it's blended, I'll put a little bit on my mat and just pull that off. So we'll colour a few of those.
So I hadn't realised, Charlotte's just said in my ear, you're on at 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock tonight.
I am. First hour of the day and last hour of the day.
Wow,
Not quite sure how I managed to sign up for that. But yeah, should be fun.
Yes.
Crafting all day, there's nothing better than that, is there?
Indeed.
Right, so we get those in, and then we will use a different colour. I'm just sort of repeating myself now, so I can move on to the next one. The trouble is I'm forgetting now, I've got in the zone, and it's like la 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 la.
No, it's all good.
Like, yes, okay, Julia, we've seen this, well done.
So why buttons, out of interest?
I don't know. I think I did a demo in the first hour. I don't check that now, but check that later. And it literally took all of those buttons from the button jar. Everyone's got a button jar. You don't have to be a crafter and you've got a button jar, don't you? Right. So, yeah, I think it was just sort of Now this is one, I kind of prepped it. I'm afraid that came from the other stamp set, but you can create it just as easily with what's available.
Yes.
So I'm going to just hopefully get away with that one.
Okay.
And then I've just fussy cut very loosely around that, and I'm just going to grab some of my distress ink, and I've got my blending mat, my Be Crafty blending mat, and I'm just gonna, I've just folded the card round it, and it just gives me a edge then without me sort of mankying the inside of my card. So we have that. Okie dokie. And what am I doing next? Brain. Oh yes, we have paper. I was meant to be like this, confuzzled in the 7 o'clock hour, not in this one. I've had food and tea and everything. Right. I like to do this. I just always find it draws the eye in. It tells the brain where to look. And so your project has far more impact if you just give it a wee edge. So I've just realised I've got my finished one there. Never mind. And then I would grab my little girl.
Oh, she's so colourful.
And let's have a little rummage in the bit box. So this is how I craft. I sit and stamp and fussy cut, and while watching the craft, whilst watching this, the craft store, that's the one. So we would pop a few bits and pieces down.
So do you do like all your stamping first, then all your colouring, then all your cutting? How do you like to
Yeah, I
work?
sort of sit in an evening and, well, if it's in the evening, I'm kind of watching whatever my husband and I are sitting watching on the telly, and I just sit and colour in. So that's sort of like the same but different.
Yes.
I'll just should I pop that one up so you can get a better angle at it?
Okay.
Because then you can see the shape of it as well.
Yeah, I like that.
I find that if I've got a bit box, I'm far more creative. So for me, I describe it as, do you ever have like a leftover night and all of a sudden you put like curry and lasagna and something together and it tastes amazing, but there's no way you would ever make that for a meal. And sometimes it's a bit like that with crafting. You've got all this stuff in your stash, but you wouldn't think to put it together. But because it's all sort of thrown there and it's just there, you sort of put it and like, oh wow, that really works. And I find it expands my creativity if I work like this. So yeah, I stamp, colour, fussy cut bits out of my paper. Then I'll sit down with my little boxes that I bring with me and create.
Amazing. All right, now let's have a look at I'll be back with you in a second.
That's all right.
Samples then on the front, because they're so nice as well. I mean, gosh, the colours of this one that we're going to. Charlotte's just said that's me because I love my pinks and my purples, which is very true.
Yeah, you were wearing pink yesterday, weren't you?
Yes, I was. I was very bright.
Very
yesterday.
glamorous.
Bless you. And then here's another one. The hair has been coloured fantastically on her.
Yeah, Tracy kind of adds their own details, and that's kind of really what I wanted to encourage. Make it your own.
Yeah.
These are the starting blocks, they're the ingredients. You know, you then take it and make it you.
Nice. And then this next one, I like the colour of her hair. That's cool. And then moving along, see, using all of those extra workers as well looks beautiful. Now, right, I think we've got some of the pictures now from Rianne. Here we go. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, she does like freestyle embroidery.
Right.
So she pops that onto fabric and then embroiders it.
How
it's
nice
incredible,
is that?
yeah.
Wow. Here's the next one. What's she done here?
That looks like she's got all sorts of stamping on it, stamping and colouring and a bit of lace, I think. And that's one of our buttoned girls there.
Yep, nice. Then the next one.
That's a wristband for a pin cushion.
Oh, isn't that clever?
So she's got the stencils there. So she's stenciled through. I presume that must be with fabric paint or something. She's stamped over, and then it ties around your wrist, and you've got all your pins on your wrist then.
Great stuff. And there's more T-shirts.
Oh wow, look at that. I hadn't seen that one. It's got gems and everything.
That is really
I'm so gutted that they're lost in the mail. Look at that.
Nice. We're still going. She sent loads.
Oh, good.
Oh.
So that's on denim, is it?
I think
so. Again,
so.
That's free motion. She's stamped, and then it's free motion. That's why I really asked her to put it in, because once stamps can be taken, it doesn't matter what your genre of crafting is, stamps can be incorporated in it. So Rianne likes her soft crafts, but look at that.
That's wonderful.
Amazing.
One more we've got here. Is that a book, actually? Is that book cover?
It's a little, what do you call it? Yeah, it is a book, but it's got scissors in one page, and then another page has got like your pins and bits and pieces. So it's like a little sewing book.
Nice. Thank you so much for sending those in. Lovely. 30. Oh, right. We are 60% of the stock gone on our lovely little buttoned beauties. £38.96 is the price with a £5 saving. 006462 is the item number. Next, we've got this. You can see that if everything goes together actually perfectly. We've got the stencils for your backgrounds. We are over half the stock gone on these. Have I got any samples of these? I didn't show them earlier. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, nice. So you can see on this one, works perfectly with the buttons. Next one. There you go. I love that bit of sparkle on that. Yeah. And this one stands up actually. Let me pop this down. Okay, lovely with the background again. We've got all of the circles in this background. If you want to go for the stencils, it's £19.99. Item number is 970164. Then we have got the papers. 60% of the stock gone. And you're getting 3 packs, all different. You've got 25 sheets in each, and you've got 5 designs, 5 of each. But they're very colourful. They go with the buttoned beauties absolutely superbly. More of a flick through. I love that. And here, you're telling a scene. It's telling a story, I think, with these. Now, they are single-sided. You don't have to choose.
Yeah,
lovely.
I have to do that.
Yeah.
I never choose.
Yeah, that's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have got a £9 saving. £9 saving. So it's pretty much 3 for the price of 2. £23.97 for that bundle. Item number is 179451. And the final happy hour, because we've already lost 2 happy hour deals. This is our final one. Pop it into your basket. Oh, and again, this is flying out the door. 80% of the stock has gone. £7 saving, and it's £10.98. 834117 is the item number. As always, you can check out at thecraftstore.com or give us a call on 01733 60 2000. Back to you, Julia.
Okay, so we're going to do some stamping and embossing. So I'm going to just realised I need this stamp too. There we go. I'm going to get my VersaFine Clear. Now deliberately I made sure I had a really manky one so that you can see it on the telly box. It's not that I'm not good at looking after my product. So look at the state of that. That's terrible, isn't it? There you go.
Well loved. That's my expression.
Yeah. Well, as I said, it means you can see it. Look. So I did it deliberately. Aren't I kind?
There's a method to it.
Yeah. Method to my madness. She has a plan. Right, I'll not do loads of this. So we'll just stick with that. And then I'm going to grab my embossing. Just going to grab this as a spare sheet of paper. Right, I'm going to grab some embossing powder. Can you believe I forgot my heat gun? I've brought it with me every time and never used it. And I've got a demo with heat embossing and I forgot it. I had to steal one from the studio.
Oh, I was going to say, have you got one?
I don't know whose I've got, but whoever it is. Thank you.
If it's mucky, it's probably Leona's.
I was going to say, if she's looking for a heat gun in the next hour. Sorry. Right, I'll just pop that to the side and I will clean that later.
Okay.
Right, and let's do this. So when you heat it, you should tend to let it warm up first. But like when you start ironing, don't iron with a cold iron. And don't waft, it's not going to do anything. Just wait, and eventually it will start to turn. There you go. This is one of the most amazing, magical things, isn't it?
100%.
I think all of us kind of got into crafting from seeing this. I could tell you a story about heat embossing, but I wouldn't. It comes with a disclosure: do not do this at home.
What did you do?
When I first discovered heat embossing, it was way before I was a crafter, and we were making our wedding invitations.
Yeah.
And my sister-in-law said, oh, you get this stuff and if you heat it up, it embosses. So we did it, and then we were using tongs in an open fire. Worked great, but I wouldn't recommend it. Heat guns, brilliant investment.
Oh my gosh, when was that?
That was about 20s. How long have I been married now? Oh, goodness knows, a long time. 22 years ago or something like that. So, yeah, look at that. Now, I have actually pre-prepped this one, but it's white on white.
Okay.
But I thought that's a bit tricky to see, so I demonstrated it in gold.
Right, okay.
And now I'm just going to get some water and spray that all over, because I'm going to use some watercolours. So any watercolours you have in your stash. And I'm just going to, I have activated these, but they seem to have dried out very quickly. And we're just going to splodge it.
Oh, I love this because it's like...
Splodge it on. It's like...
You know those magic books?
Yeah, you used to have as a kid.
Yes.
Yeah. So the pattern suddenly comes to fruition. I'm going to do a rainbow, but I'm going to think about my colours. So yellow mixed with pink becomes orange. So I'm okay with those two things.
Yeah.
Going together. And then if I pop a little bit of blue into yellow makes green. So I'm okay with that. But what I wouldn't do is put, oh, hang on, I just dipped that in the wrong colour, so we'll just emphasise that a little bit. What I wouldn't do is put like my pink into the green, because then I'm likely to get brown.
Yes. Mud.
But yeah, which I don't particularly want. If you want brown, then go ahead and do that. But if you don't, then I just always make sure that, you know, it's colours that are going to blend, that end up next to each other. So I'm going to roughly do that. And get a bit of purple on there as well. Okay.
Lovely colours.
And then what I would do, just to make it look a little bit more arty, is we'll just take some of those colours and I'm just going to splatter sort of near them, so that we get something that looks like that. And then we leave that to dry.
That's a lovely background.
It's fab, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, all these little worker stamps, it's amazing what you can create with them. So then we end up with something like this.
Cool.
And again, I started off so organised. I'm not going to edge it in black right this second because I can't see it.
Yeah, where did you pop it?
Where have I put it? I'll see it. I'll just keep blagging it for the minute, and I'll scan as I talk. So I'm going to just get a bit of, that's one of the papers. That's a tiny strip from that wiggly paper.
Oh, goodness.
But it doesn't quite fit. So never worry, because you can always fudge these things. So I'm just going to sort of pop that under there like so. Let's grab some glue. We'll stick that down. So sometimes, you know, we have an idea, but then the paper doesn't quite fit. Don't worry about it. There's normally a way of just editing it so that people don't know. So we've got that there.
Yeah.
I've had to cut my nails short. I can't pick anything off the
the table. Nice.
It's always the way, isn't it? So I'm just going to tuck that. There we go. So now we've sort of fudged that together in a way that nobody would know that there was a join. So we're all good. Then I've got my girl. And I don't particularly want this white edge.
Right.
I find it easier to cut with a white edge because it just makes the cutting far more simple.
Yes.
To go round it, it's a simpler shape, but then it stands out. And if you don't want that, there's an easy fix. So we just basically need that white bit to be the same colour as the background, and then it'll blend in. You should use your blending mat and not your stamping block, but by this stage, you know, who knows what's where. These tools, you know, they have multiple purposes.
Absolutely.
Use whatever's to hand. I normally go around my craft room going like that with, that's to help me find my scissors. I find if I do that, it helps me to find them. So I wander around like that. Okay, so now she just sort of sinks into that background.
Yeah.
And I've got some little dangly bits here. And again, I would do the same. I would just sort of edit that, and then I would ground her and magically edge it all in black. This is seamless, this. Look at this.
This is well prepped, this is. That's fab. Look at that finish.
And then, yeah, so we've seen the technique. So a bit of embossing to create our own background, and then using our bit box to just put it all together there.
Cool, that is so cool. Right then, I'll do another recap then. We've still got more samples that you haven't seen yet. Oh, the frame at the front. This one. Oh, look at this, it's hidden. Who's done this?
Oh, that's Dawn. That's our Dawn.
Wow.
She's got a tutorial on that one as well.
Oh, amazing.
So,
got loads of layers, look.
Yeah, if you check my Facebook group, JMC Crazy Craft Hive, she'll have a link to her tutorial.
That is just stunning. The amount of work that's gone into that is amazing. And then, did we see this one? Look at that one.
I think that's Dawn again. Yeah.
Oh, she likes her boxes and frames then, does she? And lots of layering. Oh, I love the hat that one's wearing. Love that hat. There's more here. This one is by Tracy. That's so pretty. So what, did you meet your design team online, on social media, or?
Yeah, I think a lot of them I have. I sort of like worked with them in various things and asked them. I did put out a DT call a while back. So yeah, most of them have been online, but they're a fantastic bunch of ladies. Everybody supports each other, and also they're just incredibly talented, as you can see.
Absolutely, I can.
And they've all got their own styles. And I keep saying that, it's like, you know, you were chosen for a reason. Everybody's got very different strengths, but I think like putting that together as a whole, you see such variety of things of what you can do with the products.
It's cool, look at that. Oh, Charlotte's just said in my ear about party invites. Why not?
Oh yeah,
now
absolutely.
We can go to parties. I've got a few more you haven't seen.
You could
yet.
imagine them all dressed up as a night on the town, can't
Yes. You? Lovely. This one's by Jenny. She's got some.
That looks like records in the background, doesn't it? It's
It
almost
does.
like a, yeah.
This one also by Jenny. I think these are all by Jenny coming up now. And last but not least, yes, very colourful. Love it. I love the look on their faces as well. Very cute. If you would like to go for this collection then, £38.96 is the price, and you've got a £5 saving. You can get them individually if you've got a particular favourite. So do go to the website and check it out. 006462. Now, something that's probably going to work alongside this collection is we've got a 7-day saver, and you can get the 4 wire-bound sketchbooks by Pink Pig. Lovely, you could stamp onto the front and just use them as a lovely journal. £12.99 if you want to go for these. 172354 is your item number. Okay, and I think you've got a sketchbook.
A Pink Pig journal.
Excellent.
Right, can't remember what I'm doing, but hey-ho. Came back to me more quickly than expected.
Oh,
that's
apologies.
all right. No, it's fine. If I get stuck, I'll just go like this. I'll go, okay, that's what we're doing. Right. I've got my stencils out. Stencils are amazing. For me, stencils are a little bit like my warm-up. You know when you watch like tennis players or football players or something like that, and they do their run around the field, or, you know, bat some balls across, and they're not playing, they're just getting themselves into the, you know, it's a bit of a warm-up. And sometimes we sit down to a blank page and you're like, oh, what am I doing? That, you know, grabbing a stencil and putting some ink through it, it's just like, you just sort of start the process, don't you? And it gives you time to sort of like, oh, okay, yeah. And so I always find there, and like, how pretty is that? Within seconds, within seconds. So this is a bit of what we did earlier, bit left over. So, you know, if you chop bits off to make your cards, keep them, they go in the bit box. Right, I've just realised that's no longer with us. Throw that away.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. I'm glad you got it.
Yes.
Well done to the people that got it. It's fabulous. Right, so let's glue this down.
So what inspires you with your designs? What other ranges have you brought out?
The very first one I did was sort of an Alice in Wonderland. I do like Alice in Wonderland. I like quirky.
Yeah.
I like sort of different but not weird. I don't know if that makes sense. Like there's lots of different things. So yeah, I like it to be a bit whimsical. And I don't know, I just tend to sort of see, like one time I was sat in, was it Brighton? And I was looking over at the pier. And I sat and drew a girl then, but it's just like her dress was the shape of the bell of the Brighton Pier thing. Ah. But it's like, I like sort of to look at things, I think that's my favourite thing to do, look at things and then sort of turn them into dresses. So it's like, you know, the things that shouldn't particularly be dresses. And I think this one I was just sort of thinking of my button box. Yeah. So again, this is the papers. I'm just going to neaten that up a little bit. Right. And then we've got our girl, which we'll just put there. And again, let's have a little, because I just want to see what accessories I've got in here. Okay, she maybe wouldn't have a black hat, but we're just going to go with this at the minute. Okay. So this particular girl, well, with all of them, they've all got their own accessories. So we've got the hat, so she could come with a hat. Or there's these fantastic bows. There's a brand of bow that is absolutely huge. Okay. My daughter has them. They're about the size of the children's head, and I can't think of a way of explaining it that doesn't give it away. But so you could have, like, she could have absolutely huge bows in her bunches. That's maybe a bit much. Or she could have a bow in her hair.
I like that.
Like that. Or she could have a bow over here. Then we've got the handbag and the lipstick and so even though we've got the design, there's still that maneuverability for you to take it in the direction that you want. So let's pop her down now. Have a little play. We're not quite swapping heads like Catherine and Charmaine were doing the other day, but you know, we're swapping accessories.
Why, what was Charmaine
Catherine and Charmaine, she was chopping the heads off her images and switching them about. It was brutal. It's fantastic though, because you know, you got twice as much out of your stamps. But yeah, they were off with their heads and everything, the pair of them. Right, so then I would just, can't use that one. Right, then we would just grab some of the odds and ends. So this is why I sit in colour, and I do tend to sit in colour more of the. Should we put a bow in her hair? You like that, don't you? Should we pop a big bow in her hair? What do we think? Yes or no to the bow?
I quite like the bow.
Yeah, sure. Give it a big bow.
Okay.
So we'll pop that in there like so.
So how much time do you spend crafting a day?
A lot.
A lot?
A lot. It's kind of my job now as well. Yeah. But then I sit there and think, right, okay, I've done my work, what shall I do now? Oh, I think I'll sit and craft. So then I'll get out stuff that I've bought from here, have a little colour in. I was playing with the fabulous cakes from Dolly Dimples the other day. And yeah, I like it all. As crafters, we like it all. And everything works together. It doesn't matter which brand you've bought it from.
Yeah, definitely.
All works together. No egos. No egos in the crafting. Just all play together nicely. Right. There we go. I'm just fiddling now. So we would do that. And then what I would do is I have to edge everything. And it helps to draw the eye in. It's like a trick we play on the brain. It tells it where to look. And yeah, and especially if you're putting like pattern paper on top of pattern paper. Yeah. It really does help just to sort of draw the eye in. So we've got this version.
I like these little doodles.
Yeah, I mean, the lines aren't straight.
Doesn't matter.
So don't worry about it. Just, in fact, so that's that. And then if you want, we've got that one.
Version.
So like they're both the same. The only thing I've done different with this is I've just taken my blending mat like so. And then brought it in. So that's how that's ended up looking darker. We've just done that a little bit. So yeah, you just take it to where you want. And what I tend to find with journal pages as well is, you know, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's finished, that's lovely. And then another day I'll, you know, be flicking through it and go, oh, do you know what, I'll just stick I'll stick it there because something that's sold out is on that page. There we go.
Yeah, amazing.
I'll stick to that.
Good stuff. What we're going to do now is, because we can probably squeeze in one more demo.
Yeah, we're winging it, but yeah, we'll do that.
Is we'll break them down individually. So we've got our buttoned beauties. Which one should we have a look? Right, we'll start off with Bonnie. Here she is, and I can show the board as well now. Let me just look at the back of these boards, make sure I've got the right one. So that's Bonnie. And then here she is stamped out, if you want to go for that one. So you can see she's got a lovely button belt there. Lovely little, almost corset type at the top. And then a very big flowing dress. You've got the buttons. I love this hanging heart. I think that's wonderful. And then be your own kind of beautiful. Bonnie is $10.99. Item number is 950870. Next one. Who is next? Bethy. Bethy's next. Bethy Buttons. And again, you've got all that lovely inspiration on the packaging. So Bethy, let me find the board for her. Here she is. Now she's got loads of spots on her dress. You've got the nice stiletto shoe. Sparkle, shine, smile. $10.99 item. Oh, they're all under the same item number, are they? Oh, apologies. Okay. Then next up, Bryony's next. She's got the fabulous hat. I love the hat. It's amazing because I love that it's to the side. And of course, you've got the bow. You've got choices.
Yeah, and it's got a nod to a sewing reel as well. So if you look at it, it's got the thread going round and it's the shape of a sewing reel.
Here we are. Oh, got you. Yes.
It's just these tiny little quirks that are not obvious, but they're there.
Love the style of her dress as well. And the big belt. And then finally, we've got Bailey. Okay, Bailey is the favourite individually. She's fabulous. And you've also got in this one, the button that's hanging from that lovely bit of string. She's got heart bows and in her hair, and she's also holding that heart as well, and a fabulous handbag. Oh, and she's got a lippy. The lippy's there. That's a necessity. 950870 is your item number. And then we've got the stencils. Ah, right, these have gone limited. You're getting all 4 of those. You've got your hexagons, your florals, your circles, and the button ones. And once they're gone, they're gone. So these you need to pop into your baskets as well. I've got the boards. Let's show you these. And they emboss fantastically. What mylar? What?
350 micron mylar.
Thank you.
So they're really thick. You can't break them. Like you'd be really going some to break them. You know, like obviously if you're using texture paste, do wash it off because that's not going to do any good. But you can be quite rough with them and they survive. Good.
There you are. But very, very limited for these. $19.99, 970164. We've got our paper pack. Well, so you're going to get 3 packs if you're just joining us. 3, and they're different in each one. And in each one, you've got 25 sheets, and it's 5 designs, 5 of each. And then bringing in the papers, we can have a nice little flick through. They're very colourful. So what Julie has been doing is sort of chopping them down like so, the borders. You don't have to use them as a whole piece if you don't want to. Fabulous, colourful backgrounds. There you go, and you've got them in the circles. I like this a lot. You've got your flowers, your bees, of course. There's some bees in here.
I have to have bees and everything.
Yeah. It's going to be a signature, isn't it?
Yeah, well, for me, bumblebees represent the impossible as possible because they shouldn't be able to fly. Their bodies are too fat and their wings are too small. So according to the laws of aerodynamics, they shouldn't be able to fly. And yet they do. And so even like me crafting and being here, it's just something I never ever expected. So there's always that sort of nod to believe in the impossible.
Oh, I love that.
Believe in your dreams.
That is so fabulous. £23.97 then, and you've got a massive £9 saving. Item number is 179451. Now, we have got the happy hour deal for you. That's the last one left. Here it is. And you've got a £7 saving. So that is your Stamplimentals. Good, hopefully I've pronounced that all right.
here, but if you were to buy it on my website, it would be £10.99 for each stamp.
Right, so you've got a really good deal. £10.98 then. Item number is 834117. Lovely. One more, do you reckon?
Yeah. So this is a page that's already in my journal. These are handy. You know, this was a clean up. I was testing my thing. So that's the hexagon. And then I've obviously sort of cleaned the reverse of it with a yellow. So I'm going to move on to this stencil is on end of call. So I'm going to move on to that one for safety reasons. As soon as the other one's hanging in by a thread. And again, this is just me sort of like, okay, we'll just get a bit of colour down, have a little play, get the brain in gear. So, and again, we're layering pattern upon pattern here, and it works. And if it doesn't work, you just paint over it all with gesso. So never be afraid to play in your journal. Your journal's your safe space for you to experiment and learn. Okay, so got a little bit of added interest there. We've still got the stamp fundamentals, haven't we? So let's grab this one. I'm going to use a grey Memento ink so it's not too harsh. And let's just, so this is how I craft at home. Like obviously all my other ones have been really well prepped, but this is how I would do it at home. Just stick a bit of stencil down. And as I said, all of this process where I'm sort of putting ink down and putting a bit of a stamp down, that's me just sort of getting my brain in gear. So I was thinking we could do a landscape one. Sure. Let's see if we can manage to fit the two of them in, interlock them like that a little bit. What I'll do is, if I just lift this and just glue her down there. There we go. So they're stuck together. So interlink them a little bit. There we go. Now I can just grab some glue on there. We're going to have to chop their legs off, but at least it's not their heads. Yes, it's not quite as brutal. It's not, yeah. I'm not as brutal as Charmaine. Okay, and then let's get a little bit of colour just at the bottom so they don't look like they are floating. It's always really important to me to ground my images. It makes such a difference that they don't look like they're floating in midair. Okay, so we've got those two there. And now we can just have a little, these are buttons from the paper pack. So we could sort of create a little button border that way maybe. Should we stick a bumblebee in it? Why not? I've chopped his antennae off, but we'll draw them back in. Where's the bumblebee from? It's the paper. Oh, right. I think it's the one with the sunflower. Okay, yeah. So it's there. Oh, and also it was in the stamp set that was a happy hour that sold out. Yeah, but we've still got it in the papers. Yes. So if you get the papers, it's not this tape measure one, but it's still a bumblebee. Still works. Okay, put that there. Right, and then we've got some florals that we could just maybe, I'm just fiddling. No, it's all good. This is how as I said, this is how I would do it at home. Yeah. Just have a little, yeah, I like that. Cluster that together. I do like that particular image. It's cute, and as I was thinking the other day, I should have possibly done it before, that if you sort of stamped, if you ignored the heart and sort of stamped up, it'd almost be like grass, wouldn't it? Oh yeah. And then you could stick one in the, do I have a spare one? And then you could just stick a, do you know what I mean, if that was grass, then you could stick a flower on. Yeah. It could be like a big cool sunflower or something. Right, let's get some of these popped on. And what I tend to do is, rather than waste my colouring, I'm going to pop it sort of like there and another one. Because it takes you time to colour these things. You don't want to sort of then waste half of them. So I would then flip this round. Sorry, I'm going to show you. That's all right. That's still available on your website. Just ignore the other stuff. But, I'll do it this way. Right, never mind that. Yeah, no. Okay, and then what that means is the bits that I've cut off there, they've now already got an edge and I'm not wasting them, I can just stick them back.
That's good.
I literally do not waste anything. I would put that back in my bit box, but more often than not, I would just actually flip it over like that and stick it somewhere else on the page.
Yeah.
I think you're more likely to use it in the moment, but I would still save it. So let's have a little, I'll just ink around the edges of that and maybe a bit of doodleage and a doodleage.
That's a good word.
The Juliet-ism, not that we, you know, claim words. We all say all sorts of things. I've stolen scruffling from Lynette and, yeah, Nikki. Bottom fish bananas from Charmaine.
Oh, she's so funny. We're just going to show, just while you're
yeah, that's
inking,
fine.
We've got some end of call offers for you. How about, what have we got then? We've got the stencil, we've got the addition of the Lady Bee stamp. There's some MDF and charms.
Oh, you get your bumblebee on the Lady Bee stamp.
Oh, do you? Excellent.
Yeah, she's got a bumblebee as well. Strange that.
We've got a paper pad and another stencil there. So there's a lot for you to choose actually.
Yeah.
And then there's no postage on there.
So again, Lady Bee was because of the
yeah,
believing in the impossible thing. But yeah, she's got a bumblebee. So if you missed the one on the Craftellas, there's that one there.
I do like that you do. It really finishes. You're so right. It does draw your eye in.
It's a bit like the difference. You know, you flick through photographs and then
Yeah.
you put a photograph in a frame and it instantly looks so much better.
Yeah.
And the only difference is you framed it. And there is a science behind it. I can't really explain it, but that's why we do it. That's why we pay money to get frames,
Right.
because it does make a difference. It makes things look better. So
Yeah.
if you want your work to look better, it's a really simple fix. And then I would maybe just, we've got a bit of ink lying here, so.
Oh, we've only got 40 seconds.
There we go,
So.
done.
Brilliant. Thank you, Julia. And I did just want to show this last sample because this is awesome.
It's epic, isn't it? And that's just the little, I think what's,
Wow.
yeah, it's like little stamps, isn't it?
Yeah.
How powerful they are.
They really are. That is brilliant.
That was our Sue.
Nice. So you'll be back tonight at 5 o'clock.
I am with Clever Prints.
Yes.
Yeah, at crazy prices. So you
Amazing.
definitely want to tune in.
Good stuff. All right. Thank you very much, Julia. Do make sure you're checking out your baskets. If you want the collection, £38 and 96 006 462.